Nvidia steals the next-gen spotlight, Super Mario 3D All-Stars incites worldwide jubilee, and we're three best friends who love video games and are probably going to spend the majority of this podcast talking about how we're going to capitalize off our Labor Day weekend, hopefully playing a lot of games. My name's Garrett Drake. I'm joined alongside, in person, Jacob Alka.
Good morning, Garrett. How are you?
I'm so well, Jacob. How are you?
I'm feeling great now that I've had my coffee here in my Fallout mug.
I'm glad, Jacob. It's one of my favorite mugs. It's very applicable to what we do here in this podcast. Mm-hmm. All that being said, we are also joined via Zoom, God bless it, by Preston Pugh. And God bless him. How are you, my friend?
Good morning. I'm doing swell. Thanks for asking.
Excellent. It is a absolutely exquisite Sunday.
It is.
We are together again, talking about video games, of which we love, talking about many other things. I had a pretty fun week leading up to this podcast. I missed you all as always. And Jacob, I'm so glad you're sitting within my general vicinity. So
I'm touching your leg right now.
Yeah, Jacob is touching my knee, and I'm inevitably going to stroke his baby soft skin and possibly his very full baby soft beard. Oh. I know babies don't have beards, but his beard is so soft that it's kind of like his skin. It's just, it's all so soft. He's like a big cuddly bear.
I should just be like I don't know if this is a thing, but I think it should be a thing. Like, you should just, like, what if there's big teddy bears in malls and you're just allowed to go, like, touch them and, like, take pictures in front of them? I should just be like that. I should go set up in a mall in, like, a chair. Yeah. Like, maybe, like, a grand, like, king's chair or something. Mm-hmm. Just, prop back on the chair. And just have, like, a line of people
that come and just give you a big hug.
Like, touch me and just take pictures with me.
And we've talked about this. I think I pitched the Jacob Alka petting zoo one day. Mm-hmm. Where people could pay a small fee and like hand feed you some goat feed, and give you some pets while they're at it,
like a little like helping of Taco Bell meat.
Exactly. Yeah. Just it comes out of a dispenser, and you put in a few coins,
or like give me little cups of nacho cheese.
They're like these big like plastic udders that like squeeze it into your hand, that Taco Bell meat, and you crawl over there and they feed. Mm-hmm. So.
That's the dream for me.
We should patent that before anyone that's tuning into this podcast decides to steal that from themselves, because you are IOG property, and the petting zoo is an LLC of ItsObviousGaming. Gentlemen, tell me how your week was.
Well, Garrett, today's Sunday, and it's not like any other Sunday because Monday is Labor Day.
Right.
So you don't have that like dread of having to go back to work on Monday. So that's a nice feeling.
Definitely.
But my weekend's been pretty good so far. I've been watching a couple movies, one of which being Avengers Age of Ultron.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that since the theater.
Yeah, I hadn't either. So I just, me and Clara decided to pop it in last night after we ate dinner, and I forgot how pretty decent it was. It's I didn't realize that the guy from The Office was voice acting Ultron.
Robert California.
Yeah,
he's one of the best characters.
And I was like, oh man, like this is so nostalgic from when I was watching The Office. He just has such a unique voice, and I think it really fits the Ultron character well. I think he does a solid job. But the movie's really good. It in that movie you start to see like the bonds break between the Avengers, which eventually leads to Civil War, and it was just kind of cool watching that again because I hadn't seen it, like you just said, since theaters. So it's probably still my least favorite Avengers movie, but it's still really good compared to like in like the grand scheme of like all Marvel movies. It's still one of the best ones for sure. And I also watched Rise of Skywalker again. Well, I didn't watch the whole thing.
That's a really bold choice, too.
Yeah. I was just bored at my house one evening, and I was like having some dinner, and I was like, I'm gonna pop this on just to watch something flashy and see some lightsabers for a second. And I was reminded like the movie's just so like it reminded me of the whole sequel trilogy in general and just how much of a mess it is. Because like I got to the point past where Rey. Sorry, this is spoilers for people that haven't seen the movie, but you should have.
You're probably doing them a favor, Jake.
Yeah, exactly. I'm saving you the trouble. But when like her and Kylo are like force holding the ship, like Kylo's trying to push it into space, and she's.
And that's such a cool scene. That's like so underwhelming after the fact.
It is, but like that's my problem with this movie. Is it's actually like if you just go into this movie knowing nothing about Star Wars, it's probably pretty entertaining. It's
definitely
visually, it's really pleasing. But in the grand, like in general in Star Wars, like the movie's awful. Like it makes no sense about anything. The whole sequel trilogy is a mess. And why is Rey so powerful? It's ridiculous. Like we know why she's so powerful now, but like why did they have to tell this story? They could have told any other story that would have been 10 times better.
Yeah.
And why did they have to treat Luke how they did? That's what I want to know. They ruined Luke.
Yeah.
From not from this movie, but from The Last Jedi.
Yeah.
Like, that's not the Luke that I wanted to see. Why'd they have to do that?
I just spilled coffee all over my knee.
Oh no.
It's all right. I'll survive.
Was it the knee that I touched?
Hopefully, Lucasfilm has learned their lesson in all this, and you think Bob Iger would have a handle on this. But a great example is look at what Christopher Nolan did with the Dark Knight trilogy. He's repeatedly been renowned for being the singular vision, along with his brother, the writer, and I'm sure other people have helped. But it's primarily Christopher Nolan's vision, and that's why that trilogy works so well.
Oh yeah.
And then you think of Kevin Feige with the Marvel Cinematic Universe. While not all those movies are just absolutely phenomenal, for the most part, they all connect and they all make sense. They tell a singular story,
Yeah.
and they're renowned and beloved worldwide. Whereas Kathleen Kennedy took the approach that we're going to have different directors, or at least that was the initial plan. We're going to have JJ, they're going to have Rian Johnson, and then they were originally going to have Colin Trevorrow, and just have them all have their own singular vision, which clearly is not going to work when you're trying to tell a singular story with three arcs or 3 acts throughout the trilogy.
The series or episode 7 had promise.
Absolutely.
Like, 8 was where it went wrong, hardcore. Like 8 could have, so 7 had problems, right? Like it left a lot of things unanswered. Like everything was very confusing, and we didn't know why things were happening the way they were.
I think that's why it was exciting. Because we're like, oh man, the sequel is going to unveil more of this mystery.
Yeah, part of the fun of episode 7 was all the mystery, right?
Mm-hmm.
But 8 didn't answer any of it. It just it created more questions. And then, 9 tried to reel everything back in, but at that point it was way too late.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I was just reminded how much of a mess the whole sequel trilogy is.
Well, that's what we can hope is, look what they've done with Mandalorian between Dave Filoni and what's his name, director of Jungle Book and Iron Man. Why am I forgetting his name all of a sudden?
I don't know names of anyone.
He's like a great director. Well, the two of them, for the most part, delivered Mandalorian with all those other directors, which is amazing. But they were always on set with these other directors. So the directors, of course, were able to implement their own unique vision, but those producers were always on location with them.
Yeah, that's good.
And that was a huge success as well. I'm hoping, apparently they've pitched Lucasfilm repeatedly that they'd prefer, the latter half of Mandalorian's first season begins to tell that story that each episode builds off the last, whereas the first 4 or 5 are just serialized, where it's here's an adventure, here's a totally different adventure, here's something new. Like he's going in a certain direction, but each episode feels completely detached from the others.
Yeah.
Whereas the last 3 are really strong in telling a continued story. And I think their hope was to have season 2 be more like that throughout the entirety of the season, which I would much prefer.
Yeah.
Regardless of that, Taika Waititi has been announced to be, I think, writing and directing, at the very least directing the next standalone Star Wars film, which is undoubtedly years out from now. But
is that the Obi-Wan film, or is it unannounced?
No, it's like an unannounced next, probably the onset of the next trilogy or something.
Oh, the Obi-Wan's a TV show, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love Taika's style. Some of my favorite Mandalorian episodes were directed by him, and I haven't disliked one of his movies. So I look forward to seeing what he brings to the universe, and hopefully they kind of allow him to be sort of the leader of the next trilogy.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that's great, man.
Anyway, Star Wars is, I'm very passionate about Star Wars, but I was in and out of my passion for it throughout the sequel trilogy. It was I loved it in Force Awakens, then it really dropped after Last Jedi, and then Rise of Skywalker. Although I was entertained, really stagnated my passion for Star Wars.
I think undoubtedly the best thing Disney's done with Star Wars is Rogue One and also Mandalorian. Those two are by far better than any of the movies, the other 3 movies that they made.
I agree with that.
Or did they make another one? Wasn't there another movie that came out? Or was it just Rogue One? I think it was just Rogue One.
Han Solo.
Yeah, Han Solo.
Mm-hmm.
Which one?
Which isn't terrible.
It's good.
Yeah, it's pretty entertaining.
But yeah, other than that, this weekend I went hiking up at a trail called...
Anyways, I went hiking.
Yeah, trying to wrap this up because I've been sitting here stalling for a while. When I hiked 10 miles, it was pretty satisfying. We started at 11 in the morning, didn't finish till 5 at night. It was a long day. I packed 3 sandwiches and ate them as the day went on. We didn't stop the whole day. We didn't take a break. But now having slept last night, and I'm awake now and walking around, my legs are very, very much in pain. I'm very sore. So, you have the satisfaction of going on a hike and accomplishing 10 miles, but you suffer for it the next day. So here I am.
Sounds like it was worth it. That's
it was.
Very fulfilling
it was
experience.
Fun. It's nice being in nature like that sometimes when I do everything I can not to be outside and, stay inside and be on my computer and whatnot, as I'm sure a lot of people can relate here that listen to the podcast. But today I'm going to go to the pool, enjoy the sun a little bit, and drink a little brewski. I think so.
We're going to have like a White Claw at the pool?
Yeah, I think so.
Figure.
I haven't decided what I'm going to go get yet, but we'll see. And then tomorrow I'm going to a lake in South Carolina to spend the day on the lake. So,
nice.
yeah.
You going with your girlfriend?
Yeah, Clara, yeah.
Does she have like a boat or something?
They don't have a boat, but there's like a place we're going to stay, and then they have some jet skis. So
cool.
And there's like a little beach spot on the lake. So
that sounds fun.
Kind of hang out like that. And then, back to work on Tuesday.
Cool.
So, yeah. That's going to be my weekend. No time for games, unfortunately.
Right.
But, maybe next week.
That's great, Jacob.
Yeah.
What
about you guys?
Preston, what do you have going on? How's your week?
It was just fine. Work was not fun. Probably one of my least favorite weeks of work in a very long time.
That's not good.
A lot of it was outside, and I got freaking roasted.
By a person, or did the sun roast you?
The sun roasted me.
Oh.
So that was really fun. So yeah, I did that. I, as Garrett likes to pick fun at me, I played a handful of titles this week as well. But
I wish I could.
Yeah, I'm hoping to just focus in on Persona today and tomorrow on Labor Day, just to chip away at that game.
What palace are you in now?
I just sent in the calling card for the 4th palace.
Okay, you're well on your way.
So yeah, I'm definitely made some progress. I pretty much got through the 4th palace this week. Just in one go, playing probably like 2-ish hours at a time. But holy crap, dude! Which the 4th palace is I'm not going to spoil who it is, but it's the pyramid one. And dude, I forgot how. Of course, I've said how incredible the soundtrack is. Pretty much everybody says that, but the music for that palace, I forgot how freaking good it was. It is so funky and just amazing that it's been stuck in my head all week. It's so awesome. So yeah, I've definitely been enjoying that palace. But yeah, besides video games, I just pretty much just worked this week. Nothing else exciting really happened. I did my my Saturday 10 yesterday.
Nice.
As well. Me and you both traversed 10 miles yesterday.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Did
you have to cross any creeks that were knee deep?
No, there is a creek that I run to, but when I get to it, I just turn around and run back the other direction.
I'm not messing with this.
I don't go through it, but yeah, I've been enjoying that. I think for the past like 3 Saturdays, I just wake up really early and I'm just like listen to like 3 podcasts, and I just go until my watch says 10 miles. Then I go home.
Yeah, that sounds really nice, actually.
Yeah, it is. It's relaxing. It's good to, I typically eat a little more on the weekend, so it's like, balances out, burn a lot more calories, so I'm not,
a fatty.
Yeah, exactly. But I typically have been doing like 5 or 6 on Sunday, so I'm gonna kind of just whatever I feel up to on Sunday. But I'm feeling pretty good today. My legs don't feel any different, which typically they're, a little bit sore, but they feel fine. So I'm gonna, I don't know, see how I feel. Maybe I can hit another 10 today. Who knows? But anyways, yeah, that's my plans for today. But yeah, were we gonna talk about what? I'm sorry, I zoned out, Jacob. Did you talk about what you played, or is that going to be like?
I did not. No, not yet.
Okay, cool. Well, yeah, I'll talk about that later then. But yeah, that's pretty much all I did, minus games.
Garrett, please tell me what you have been doing this week. Unless you haven't already, right?
I have not.
I don't know.
No, I did not do much. I worked. I exercised as well, and I played I can't talk about that yet. We're not there yet. I watched some movies. I watched Bill and Ted and I watched Mulan. Both were just okay. Talked about it a little bit of the before we started the podcast, but Bill and Ted was not as great as some critics have said it is to me. It's certainly entertaining. I wasn't bored, but it was not nearly as enjoyable as or at least I haven't seen Bogus Journey. I've only seen Excellent Adventure, but that's one of my favorites, and certainly doesn't live up to that. I didn't really expect it to, but it was all right. And Mulan was just fine. So
nice.
Yeah.
So
I watched both with my parents last night.
Is Mulan worth $30 right now?
This is what I said. If someone else is paying for it, yeah. But
so it's worth free.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's not even a bad movie. It just was all right.
Yeah.
So
I actually watched a couple more things that I forgot about. I don't remember the name of the movie, but it's the movie with Stephen Hawking that Eddie Redmayne played.
Yeah.
As Stephen.
Mm-hmm.
God, what's it called?
I know what you're talking. It's called like Edge of the Universe or something.
I don't think that's it, but yeah. That's actually a really good movie. I enjoyed that a lot. And what else did I watch?
Edge of the Universe. It's
Did any of you
crazy like that.
losers watch college football yesterday?
Nah.
No.
Dude,
I didn't even know it was back.
I watched. Yeah, it's back, baby. College game day was yesterday. I watched.
Did Georgia play?
No, they play on not next week and not the week after, but the week after. So 3 weeks from.
Oh, wow.
3 weeks from yesterday.
Was college football really back?
Clemson, the ACC start next week.
Oh, okay.
So Clemson and Wake Forest, I believe, are playing. So, yeah, I watched the Marshall and Eastern Kentucky game, which was pretty entertaining. Marshall won like 59-0. And then I watched last night. I watched Memphis versus Arkansas State, and that was a pretty good one too. So, it's just good to see football
are these
back,
real,
man.
Are these real schools?
Yeah,
I've never even heard of
Memphis.
these
Memphis is pretty good. They're in the AAC. I believe they won their division last year. So yeah, they're pretty okay.
It's pretty good, man.
So yeah, just good to see all the college football sights and sounds and graphics and stuff on the TV.
Yeah, for sure.
Just to see some normalcy, you know.
For sure. I've been watching a little bit of the NBA playoffs. I watched some of the Lakers and Rockets game the other night. It's pretty entertaining. It's crazy that LeBron is as old as he is now, and he's still just a madman. Like he's just dunking on everybody. He's crazy. Like how is he still doing it, Garrett? I don't know. He's unstoppable. He's probably not the GOAT, but he's the second GOAT.
He's the baby goat.
He's the baby GOAT.
Garrett, what else did you do?
That was it.
All right, you guys want to talk about games? Because I have something I have to say.
Please share.
Okay.
What have you been playing?
I have been playing the Avengers game by Crystal Dynamics. I got the deluxe edition, which I didn't pay that. I traded in for the first time in a long time. I traded in my second copy of The Last of Us Part 2. I was such a fanboy of The Last of Us Part 2. I had to have 2 copies. So
now you only have one.
So I had to get rid of one of them. And then I also traded in Pokemon Shield because I'm never playing that again. And the trade-in value for that was amazing. It was like $30-something. So I was like, sure, let's do it.
They're probably selling it for like a used copy for $55 or something.
So it's like, I'm never playing this game again, whatever, I'll get rid of it. And I didn't want to pay any money for the Avengers. So that's why I did it. So anyways, got the deluxe edition so I could play on Tuesday. And I have so many mixed feelings about this game. It has been an absolute roller coaster of emotions playing through this game. I swear.
That's all that I've heard about it.
1 second, I'm like, this is very fun and it's exceeding my expectations. And then the next second, I'm like, this is the dumbest game design of all time. And I am ashamed of Crystal Dynamics to even think that this was acceptable. That is essentially how this game has played out for me. I haven't beaten it yet, and I don't even know if I'm close to beating it. I've listened to some people talk about their experience with it, and pretty much the game starts out with the A-Day thing that we've seen a million times, and the Avengers separate, and you play as Kamala Khan, and you pretty much have to reassemble the Avengers. So I have gotten Hulk and Iron Man so far. So, I still have Black Widow, Thor, and Captain America. So I guess I'm like halfway through the game, I guess. But where the game has surprised me was in its campaign. So the game starts off as you playing as Kamala Khan as a younger kid, and you go to A-Day. And I was very impressed by this segment. You actually go to this festival and you play these mini games, and you actually meet the Avengers for the first time. And it is, don't get me wrong, it is very corny. Like, some of the stuff at the beginning of this game, I felt like I was watching a cringe compilation. It made me feel very uncomfortable from some of the stuff Kamala was saying. Like, she was so hyped to be there, and it's like the reason she's even there is it's a fan fiction competition, and she like writes this comic book about the Avengers fighting these sewer lizards or something like that. I don't know. It was. I've mainly heard people talk about this section like very positively, how it was like heartwarming and stuff. I've even read some things on Reddit about people crying during this segment, and I'm like, man, I am not on that level at all. I felt like it was one of the cheesiest things I've ever seen in my entire life, the interactions between her and the Avengers. But besides that, it was still cool, and I just didn't expect there to be like there are some parts of this game where it feels like an actual single player Avengers campaign, like with cinematic moments, set piece moments happening and stuff. So that surprised me. I honestly thought this game was just going to be go to this area with the Avengers and like kill 1,000 people and like stand on this pad and this door opens, which that is in the game. A lot of that is in the game, but there are also these single player missions that kind of progress the story forward that are better than that. And that is what is kind of that's the carrot at the end of the stick for me, is those moments. Like when you recruit Tony Stark, you have to like make a makeshift Iron Man suit, and that part's really cool. And there's some set piece moments with him where he's like flying around with like rock music playing and stuff, and that's cool. So yeah, those moments have been nice, but there are some things in this game that just make no sense. Like there are these walls that you have to break down, and if you pick, I believe, Captain America or Iron Man, you just can't break these walls down. So like you're screwed. You can't get these chests, and you have the Hulk next to you, and you can't tell him to break this wall down for you. And it's like, why is this in the game? And
why can't you blast the door open?
Oh, you have to turn into your Hulkbuster and then blast it. But that's like your ultimate ability. So you're wasting your ultimate just to get in this stupid door that if you would have picked Kamala or Hulk, you could just bust through anyways. So I've seen a lot of people on Reddit complaining about you can't main Captain America because he can't hack doors or open doors. So he's just like worthless to play as. So there are things like that just make no sense, dude. And the games as a service crap in this game is so stupid that it's mind-blowing to me. It's like there are all of these factions and stuff you're being introduced to, and as I'm reading the tutorial and stuff for like several of these factions, I'm like, what is the point of this? This is so stupid. Like it's just so out of place. It just doesn't make any sense why any of this crap is.
Well, they have to have their different factions because it has to be like Destiny, right?
Dude,
like
it is so
it
is so much like Destiny. Like turning in faction rewards, just dismantling your gear, even to like the menu layout. It is straight up Destiny.
Yeah, I was watching someone play on Twitch, and they even have like the 9 inventory slots of each like piece of gear.
Yeah,
just like Destiny does.
At least for Destiny, like I still have this complaint that is a very common complaint where like you're getting all of this new gear and you're equipping it, and you look the exact same. Nothing changes. Yeah. You're running like, really, I got these new bracelets. Let's equip them, and like they do stuff.
And like Hulk holds his like hand up, and he makes this face that he's satisfied that he put this new piece of gear on, but nothing changed at all.
The Hulk doesn't even have gear. You're replacing his bones. It's like, I got a new, like, dude, it's like Iron Man's like, I got a sick new chest piece. Kamal's like, I got a cool new insignia. And then Hulk's like, I got a rib cage. Like, it's so stupid. So dude, yeah, I don't know. I'm going to beat the campaign. Because I mean, I'm not necessarily interested in the story, but I think I've heard that there are enough cool moments to where it's worth it to just kind of trudge through the campaign, and it's not that long, so I'll see how, you know, my feelings about this change. But it just feels like, and of course, again, everybody has said this, but like, this game did not need to be this, and it doesn't even feel like this doesn't mesh well. Avengers / Destiny games as a service, it doesn't fit. It doesn't fit. The gameplay style doesn't fit. Having the combat and stuff, yes, it can get very deep, and like that, it is kind of impressive how deep it can be and how many different builds there are. But it just doesn't feel right with this type of game. It just I don't know. It's not. It doesn't mesh well to me.
You haven't played any multiplayer, right?
So no, I have not.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people are having trouble with that. Like, they'll be, you know, in a match and like they can't do something because just things aren't working. Because I don't know if it's like a latency issue or just like, I don't even know. But like, people can't progress through levels because just things aren't working when there's multiple people.
This game was clearly rushed out. Like, I follow the subreddit for this game, and people are just every single post are people talking about bugs. I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't do this. And I follow several other games, and this is by far the only game that has this many bugs, you know, that I've seen that at launch recently.
And they've already delayed it a couple times now.
Yeah,
that's what's worrying.
It's a shame, dude, because there definitely is potential there. I do think the combat is fun. If they just made this like a single player narrative driven game, kind of like Tomb Raider, like Crystal Dynamics has proven they could do, I do think this game could have been like really fun and good. But they just had to make it games as a service, which I'm not one of the people that just like, I know games as a service is like a curse word now, that if you say it, it's just like, oh, this is sucky and stuff. It's like, I'm fine with a games as a service if it's like, if it's what am I trying to say? If it's like,
if it's done well,
if it's done well, if it fits, if it has like Destiny. I think Destiny is a fantastic games as a service. Like, that makes sense to be a games as a service and stuff. This doesn't. It's just, it was clearly just made that way just so I guess Square Enix could have a game like that. Like, it
to make money.
Yeah, and of course the Avengers, it's gonna sell. It had like 1 billion people play the beta. People are gonna buy this game. They're gonna make their money. Like, cool. But it's really sucks that I just hope Crystal Dynamics isn't like forced into just like being stuck with this game and like consistently making content and making the game better and stuff when they've proven like they can do so much more than this. So yeah.
So do you think this is a step back from Rise of the Tomb Raider? I know they're two completely different games.
No, it's a step back for sure. At least
how is it like visually?
It is it's mediocre. It's fine. I've not one time thought it looked good. It just is there.
Are you playing on PC?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm playing. I mean, it's been. I've seen a lot of people complain about performance, but it's been running fine for me. I'm playing in 1440p, around over 100 FPS on ultra settings, and there's like a few drops every now and then, which you know, I'm running a 2080 Ti, which is probably not what the normal amount of people are playing on, so I can't really speak to like a mid-range rig or anything like that. So yeah, I don't really need to speak out on the like, well, I'm not having any issues when I know other people are. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about it. Like I said, I'll probably have more to say once I actually beat the game. But yeah, so far there's good and bad to it for sure. But I definitely don't think it's the worst thing of all time. I know I've heard some people just say it's literally like one of the most insulting things they've ever played. I don't feel that way. But anywho, besides that, I've been playing more Persona. Like I said, just sitting in the calling card with the Fourth Palace. Still loving that game. Looking forward to play more of that today. I played more Wasteland. I played about 2 more hours the other day, and I had more fun playing it in that session than I did my first session. I'm actually going to continue on and play it. I think one of my problems the first time I played is I went to an area that was too high level for me. So I was kind of just like bashing my head against a wall, and it was kind of frustrating. So I actually looked at the levels and like the mission level requirements and stuff, and I was like, oh, I'm an idiot. I shouldn't have even gone here yet. So I went back to like this town, and I started doing a mission that was more my level, and I actually was able to complete it, and there were some interesting choices. And I watched a video on how to better play this game, and one of the main things that the guy said is you don't want to try and make a master of everything build in this game, because that's impossible. Like, you need to have one character proficient at one particular thing. So I started doing that as well, and because like ammo is very scarce in this game, and it's like you don't want to give everybody an assault rifle because you're just going to run out of ammo really quick. So you want like a guy, with explosions, plasma weapons, blah 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 blah. So I'm going to start trying to fix my builds and stuff, and see if that helps me. And I really freaking hope this game just grabs me and I love it, because that means I can go back and play Divinity Original Sin 2, and hopefully that game will grab me again as well. And then I can be excited for Baldur's Gate 3. So really, really hoping this type. There are so many good games in this genre that are just like phenomenal that I would be able to play if one of these games can finally just grab me. So I'm really hoping that happens.
It seems like a lot of ifs, Preston.
I don't know.
I think
we'll
you
see.
Just need to. Why don't you just jump into Baldur's Gate? Like, why do you need to play these other games?
Because I own them, and Baldur's Gate, I don't want to spend any more money on a game I don't know if I'm going to like, because I've already done that already. But anyways, the final game that I played is the original Call of Duty Black Ops. The Cold War announcement got me kind of pumped with the campaign. So it's been such a long time since I played the original Black Ops campaign, and I don't remember the story whatsoever. So I just hopped back into it, and I'm almost done with the campaign, which, it's not super long, but it's very nostalgic, and it's a really fun campaign. There's a lot of really cool missions that I completely forgot about in that game. And so I've been dabbling in that as well.
Very nice.
That's it. That's all I've been playing.
You've definitely been busy.
For sure.
Garrett, what have you been playing?
Only Arkham Asylum.
Arkham Asylum.
Man of my word. I started it. I finished Ghost of Tsushima.
Excellent.
Cool game. Enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
And I might go back and do some of the other side stuff. I got to a point where I was actually closer to the end than I thought I was. So I only had like 2 or 3 missions after I played, but I just like blew through those and finished it. I was in a Batman mood. And I'd say I'm about 25% through Arkham Asylum. I think I collectively played like 4 or 5 hours this week. Mm-hmm. And I'm loving it. It's I got it on PS4. I got the Return to Arkham collection with it and City. And it was just a better deal, because I think on Steam it was like one or the other for the exact same price of 2 on PS4. But it looks really good, up-resed from its original version, and I just am loving it. So combat is super, super simple in comparison to like Arkham Knight, for example. Mm-hmm. But it's still a lot of fun. Really digging the story, and some of the moments I've had in the game I did not recall from my initial playthrough. So it's been cool.
That's cool, man.
That's it from me. On to you, Jacob.
I've always thought I needed to go back and play Asylum, because I'd never
actually
played it.
Really, really awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Have you never played it?
No, I haven't touched it.
Yeah, you need to play it.
Yeah, that's why City is also up there City's my favorite out of the whole trilogy, but Asylum I love too, because it's just a night, like just a crazy, insane night in the life of Batman, where he's trapped in like essentially a haunted house of Arkham Asylum. It's awesome.
I remember seeing don't you fight Joker at the end? Isn't that like the... Yeah. I've seen that fight, and it's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe one of these days I'll get around to it. I don't want to say like I will, but I would like to.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Mm-hmm. I didn't play a whole lot of games this week. I didn't touch Tsushima at all. I gotta find time to finish that game because it's like it's in my mind. Like I need to get through the game, and like I haven't had time to play, and it's just aggravating because I'm not a man that likes to start something and not finish it. Just because I'm always like thinking about it, and like I wish I knew how this ended. And the same thing happened with Last of Us 2. Like that was more of a case that I wasn't motivated to play it, I think. But this is like something else. I just haven't had time to play. But when I did have time to play this week, I started leveling up a new character in WoW. Just, like I leveled him up a few levels. Decided to make a horde undead rogue. Because I mainly did that because like I play a rogue on the Alliance, so it's the same class basically. But I wanted to learn how to play a new spec that I had never played. So each class in the game has 3 different talent trees, and I decided to pick a tree that I had never played before on like just in general on the rogue class. So I'm trying to learn that as I level through on the other faction. So that's been kind of fun. But besides that, like I've tried to get a few more mounts. Nothing dropped this week. I've been farming this old raid too to get this really cool looking armor set that I want to sort of like, it's called transmog, but you make your current armor look a different way when you so you collect armor throughout the game to transmog into new appearances. So that's kind of what I've been doing, but that's about it. Nothing too exciting this week. Just more of the usual.
Cool, brother.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I have anything else to say. I love Arkham Asylum's art style.
Yeah.
Man, I mean, I've always loved just Arkham Trilogy's art style in general. I mean, that version of Batman is by far my favorite of any comic I've read, of any movie I've seen, even beyond the animated series, which is very near and dear to my heart. The Arkham take is sort of like a grounded, mature iteration of the animated series in many ways. And it especially feels that way because it's many of the same voice actors as well. But even the simplicity of the character bios and the concept art for each character in the game is just so beautiful to look at. Mm-hmm. So many cool Easter eggs throughout Arkham Asylum. I just find myself stopping and just admiring and appreciating the design of the game. It's just so good.
Are there as many villains in Asylum as there are in City?
Yes and no. I mean, there's a lot of you do encounter many of them, and there are others that are either in the asylum, like Mr. Freeze, for example, is sort of like a glorified Easter egg. You pass by his chamber, it's like frozen over, and you know he's in there, but you don't get to see him. Yeah. But you do encounter many villains throughout Asylum as well. Okay. That's why I still believe Arkham Asylum would make an incredible Batman movie as well. Yeah, it'd be cool if like the Batman with Pattinson, like the sequel is where he's trapped in an asylum with a bunch of his villains. It'd be cool.
So does Batman put them in the asylum? Like, how did they get there?
Yeah, I mean that's kind of like the legend of Batman. You know, the super, for the most part, the super criminals reside in Arkham Asylum. It's a futile attempt at trying to rehabilitate these super villains, but other criminals stay there as well. Yeah. And it's just there's a lot of cool surprises throughout the game and how the story plays out. It's very simple, but it's awesome. If you like Batman, you will love Arkham Asylum. So, anyway, gentlemen, I've been distracted by Zelda just being adorable in the background there. Too. I don't know what she's looking at over there.
She's just staring at my bed.
We'll jump into the news. Preston, you mind giving us just a really quick layman's terms breakdown of these Nvidia cards that have stolen the show of next gen?
Yeah, in layman's terms, this is one of the biggest generational leaps that Nvidia's done in like a decade, I think, or over a decade. The 3 new cards that they unveiled, the 3070, 3080, and 3090, which the 3070 starting at around $499 for a Founders Edition card, which is specs-wise technically a little better than the 2080 Ti, which was the flagship card of the of last generation. Or I don't know if it was technically last generation because I know these are RTX cards, but just I guess the last iteration of RTX cards, in terms of like I think everything but video memory because I think it's an 8 gig card, whereas the 2080 Ti is an 11 gig card. But anyways, it's very comparable or even slightly better. We'll see once people actually get these cards and start benchmarking. But anyways, it's something equivalent to a 2080 Ti for like $500, which is pretty insane. Like, so just for $500, the price of these next gen consoles, PC gamers, can upgrade and just have like a substantial increase in performance, especially if you're coming from like the 10 series or something even prior to that for not a crap ton of money, graphics card wise. Then of course the 3080, which I think is $700, which is double the performance of a 2080. And then you have their flagship card, the 3090, which is just an absolute monster. It's a 3-slot card, which is just unreal. And it has 24 gigs of memory. It's capable of doing 8K gaming through DLSS, 60 FPS. It's just an absolute monster, pretty much taking the place of the Titans, and it's only $1,500, which is a lot of money.
That's
but
it?
Yeah, but that's a lot of money, but for the performance, that it's pretty unreal. So, this is the jump that we've been waiting for, and I think it's purely due to just the competition with AMD's their Navi cards being announced, and I'm assuming released this year. The next gen consoles, there was nothing really pushing Nvidia when they released the 20 series. So, besides DLSS, which I love, I think the few games I've used it in, which I believe I used it in Control mainly. It's just insanely impressive to be able to have a resolution look even better than 4K and run better, and be able to actually use ray tracing with no significant like decrease in performance or whatever. But that and ray tracing were pretty much like the only big things with the 20 series cards. The overall performance wasn't that much different, but like I said, nothing was really competing with Nvidia at that point, so they kind of had their hand forced with these new cards, and man, they pretty much came out swinging with the performance and price of these things. So yes, definitely exciting if you've been waiting to upgrade your PC. This is definitely the time to do so for sure.
Very nice, very nice. What was I gonna say? So how many motherboards are actually like compatible with this 3090 card? Like there can't be that many, right? Or are there a lot?
No.
Are there a lot of 3-port motherboards?
No, it's not 3-port. It's 3-slot. That's just how many slots on the back of your case,
right.
Like how many it takes up.
Sure. Okay.
It's just the size. It doesn't actually take up like PCIe slots.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, or PCIe. My bad.
Yeah, so that's pretty big.
And your boy's going to that 3050 upgrade for old Cyberpunk.
3070.
3070.
Excuse
it's
me.
7080. And
I keep thinking it's 350. 3050, I mean.
I'm sure a 3050.
The lowest tier is what I'm going for.
I'm sure a 3050 will eventually come out. A 3070 Ti has already been leaked, which is essentially the same thing, but I think 16 gigs of memory. I don't know. They always do that. They did this last generation where they came out with the 20, 60, 70, and 80. And then like within a year, they were like, oh, here's the Super series, which is just like a slightly better version. But yeah, for the price that the 3070 is and the substantial performance increase, especially for you, Garrett, having a 1080, definitely worth it to get it.
Sick.
Yeah, I'd like to think that I'm going to get the 380 whenever I upgrade next year. I was telling Preston a little bit earlier, I'm probably going to focus on getting the PS5 this fall. So probably won't be picking up one of the, what are they, the founder cards. So
yeah, same here.
But definitely looking out for, when those drop, and just going to, keep up with it. Because I do want to make an upgrade here pretty soon. I'm rocking a 2080 Ti, or a 1080 Ti. Mm-hmm. So, and I'm by no means like struggling to perform like any games that are coming out. Like I'm still getting great performance. Maybe not like 100 frames on these newer games that are coming out, but nothing's ever like slowing down. Or the only thing that I have trouble with sometimes are like it's more of like an internet issue. Like I'll get latency, but it's nothing that my computer can't handle. It's just a connection issue.
Yeah, I definitely have those issues. My internet is poop.
Yeah. But yeah,
yeah, that's pretty much without getting insanely in depth and nerdy about these cards. I think that's pretty much all I can say off the top
very
of my
exciting.
head. So yeah, it is exciting. Next gen is coming for everybody this year. It's very exciting.
Yeah, oh, it's coming, whether we like it or not. And that's what I really admire about Nvidia is that not only do they unveil their badass cards, but they immediately tell you what the price is.
Yeah,
They fear no man. They bow to no man. I'm like, this is why Nvidia reigns supreme for the time being.
How have we still not gotten a price for the consoles? I don't understand.
It's because everyone's just being bogus, dude. Everyone's just holding off to be like, who's going to announce first? We got to one-up them. Like if you're Sony, man, like you killed the generation. Just be bold. Who gives a crap if it's more expensive than Series X? Just go for it and be bold and hold your head high in that decision. If people complain, that's their problem.
It's not that easy, Garrett.
That's if you do that well in the previous generation, you know you're going into the next generation on top. Just go all in and just accept the fact that your next gen console is probably going to be more expensive than Xbox.
Yeah.
If they had suffered like Xbox has, I think Xbox has no choice but to be cheaper than PS5, whether they like it or not. So, and I'm not by any means a marketer. I'm not a businessman. I'm just a gamer, dude. I have the heart of a gamer, and I know what I want.
You know what you want.
So I'm going to give Sony a call later and just let them know that. And I think that'll encourage them to just go ahead and announce what they need to.
Yeah, why didn't you do that sooner?
It is happening this month. Mark my words, we will know the price of, if not both, one of the consoles by the end of September.
It has to happen this month. It has to.
Yeah.
They can't reveal the pre-orders and a price a month before. They can't do that.
That'd just be foolish.
These psychos.
We're predicting like November, right? Sometime.
Yeah, yeah, it's November for sure. Definitely November.
Yeah, it's time for to Sony to
grow a pair.
What's their catchphrase again? Greatness awaits.
Yeah,
it's time. It's time to step into that greatness.
I mean, watching football last night, there was a PS5 ad in the corner of the screen the entire time, and I'm just thinking, like, if I'm just like Joe Schmo that doesn't know anything, and I
whoa, dude, a PlayStation 5 is coming? What?
Yeah, exactly. But it's like you can't pre-order it. There's no release date. There's no price. So it's just like, I guess it's just
a thing.
Letting people know that it exists. But it's like, you would think that at least one of those things would be announced before you start just like throwing ads on TV.
I bet Sony has a video that is already prepared to launch at a moment's notice after Xbox announces. So they've probably already shot it. They've probably already made the details video because it's not going to be a live stream or anything. So they're ready to rumble at a moment's notice.
I bet you it will be a live stream.
Yeah, but it'll be a pre-recorded, edited video that's presented as a live stream. Yeah. So that's one silver lining of this pandemic and making announcements. They shouldn't have any cause for error because they can pre-record these videos and then release them. So anyway. What were we talking about before that? Nvidia. Okay. Yeah, I'm very excited for that. I'm probably going to get if I might go the mid-tier, maybe. It depends on how I'm feeling whenever I can actually afford to do that. Definitely before the end of the year. But we'll see. Yeah. Time will tell. Regardless, definitely getting a new card. It's about time.
It is about time, Garrett.
Anyway, Super Mario 3D All-Stars is unbelievably exciting and joyful for me. Good news is I've never played Super Mario 64. That's a lie. I've played it, but I've never finished it.
So it's Super Mario 64, Sunshine, and Galaxy. Yeah. Only Galaxy 1, though, right?
Correct.
Not 2. Interesting.
So full Joy-Con support. It says I think there's up-resed visuals as well. The games have not been fully remastered, but simply optimized for the new console with higher resolutions. New screen ratios, added Joy-Con support. It's available both physically and digitally as a limited time run until March 2021.
Okay. Yeah, that is the one thing that I think people have been talking about because of just how stupid that is.
Yeah.
How does that make any sense at all? Physical, okay, sure, you're only going to print, but to have the digital version, a limited release, why? Like what
they want people to buy it.
I know, but like people
immediately,
like people aren't already going to buy it. Like it's 3 Mario games that are like especially I know Sunshine is pretty divisive, but two of arguably the best Mario games, 64 and Galaxy, coming to Switch, like people are going to buy the crap out of that. Like why does there need to be?
It'd be so sick if they fully remastered Super Mario 64. I know there's a lot of charm with its original art style, but if they up-resed it to look like Odyssey, how awesome would that be?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I feel like Nintendo has so many opportunities to slaughter their competition with their IP, and they drop the ball so frequently. Like all the Zelda games should be on Switch already. I mean, they have plans for
there was an IP. There was a thing like a I don't know if it's like a copyright or something showed up that said Zelda 35th anniversary, which that is coming up just to where people are assuming that they're going to do a Zelda edition of this.
Okay, that is desperately needed.
Yes.
That's the dream, dude. And I'm not even like a diehard Zelda fan, but I like Zelda enough to be stoked about an announcement like that.
Yeah, if they could put
that would provide me the opportunity to play all the games I've never played.
Yeah, if they could put Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, like Wind Waker, and Twilight Princess, or even like Skyward Sword, which I don't know how they would do that with motion controls, but at least 3 of those games on a cart or download like this, that would be unreal. But yeah,
the only thing that I can think of with why they would not want to sell this bundle like after March would be that they want to sell them all separately. Like that's the only thing that I can come up with, and that would be something Nintendo might do. But
it's
like I don't know. It doesn't make a lot of sense.
It's the same crap that they've been doing recently with like the Super Nintendo Classics and stuff. Is they like artificially make these crap, what's the word? These they make these things. Holy crap, there's literally a word for this. It's off the tip of my tongue. They purposely don't make enough, so people go crazy.
Oh yeah.
I know there's a word for that. I just can't think of it right now.
They create artificial shortages.
Yeah, pretty much.
Something like that.
And all it does is just lead to scalping and just people going crazy. And I know Nintendo wants that. But it's just it's stupid at this point, just especially for a game like this. Like, what if you don't have Switches are hard to get right now? What if you literally can't get a Switch? So you're just sucks to be you. I guess you'll never get Mario if you don't have a Switch and buy this game by March. Like you're screwed.
Yeah, well, good news, Preston. You have a lot of time before March.
I mean, I'm fine. I've got it pre-ordered. I pre-ordered the physical edition. Like it's not going to affect me, but it's such a stupid practice to have a digital game like this and have a limited window for it. It's so stupid.
Mm-hmm.
It's just
I agree completely.
Yeah, I can't think of any way to spin this to not be stupid.
Yeah. I mean, looking past that though, like just looking at the announcement itself, it's really exciting to me because I haven't played any of these games. So I'm gonna have 3 full-length, high or up-res Mario games for the Switch that I've never played before, and I've heard that depending who you talk to, people have said all 3 of these games are their favorite Mario games. So just that alone is really exciting to me, and I'm definitely gonna jump on this. I'm gonna pre-order it just like you did, the physical edition. But yeah, I'm really excited for it. So I know we've had like rumors for like this whole year that something like this was going to come out for the anniversary. So it's cool that we're at least getting these 3 games.
When is this releasing? I don't see the date on here.
September something.
I think it's in a couple weeks.
Oh, dude,
like that's awesome.
Weeks, yeah,
that's incredible. Yeah. Cool.
Dust off that Switch.
I think 17.
Man, I got a road trip coming up too. That's going to be great.
There you go.
Awesome. Which one are you most excited to play out of those 3?
Galaxy.
Honestly,
me.
Galaxy.
Yeah,
I've never played Galaxy, so I'm excited too.
I've played halfway through it. For some reason, didn't finish it a really long time ago. But I've always wanted to go back to it.
Part of me wants to go back and play at least some of Odyssey because that game brought me so much joy at the time. And
yeah, I'm gonna start with 64 and go chronologically.
Dude, Zelda is so tangled up. Zelda, no! Holy crap, dude. She just got completely wrapped around my microphone cable.
The panic.
Zelda! She's like horrified now. Gosh, you're such a baby. I love you so much, but you're just such a baby. She just gets scared at everything.
She's trying her best, man.
I don't know why she's so skittish.
Dude, she's just being a dog, man.
It's like she is the most spoiled dog of all time, and she acts like sometimes we just like beat her with a stick or something. Like nobody's ever touched you unless they're petting you. Goodness. Anyway, sorry.
Or cuddling like me.
Yeah, like you're such
Garrett's
a
a
wimp.
good cuddler.
Dude,
Oh, I know.
I want a game to make me cry again like Odyssey did. So Odyssey just made me cry more than any other game I've ever played. It was the overwhelming sense of nostalgia and the thought of where video games started and how far they've come when you're switching between modern Mario and classic Mario, and New Donk City's Jump Up Superstar finale killed me.
Yeah, you really
when I
liked
played
that
it.
moment.
Killed
You
me.
bring it up a lot.
Yep.
Dude, you should play
So-
the Avengers. The beginning of that game, I've heard, has made people cry.
Totally. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think I will ever play that game for the rest of my life.
What Adventures?
Yeah, I despised the beta by the time I was done with it.
Oh, wow.
And I'm not even saying it's like unequivocally bad like Preston. What Preston said is essentially how I felt by the beta alone. So no harm, no foul. I'm not offended by how disappointing it is, but I have no desire to play it again.
Yeah.
What is Gods and Monsters, Jacob?
You didn't hear about Gods and Monsters? It was revealed last E3, I think.
It's
I think
been renamed to
even two
Immortals
E3s.
Phoenix Rising.
Yeah, I think it's been around. It might have been 2 E3s ago.
This is
actually.
the Ubisoft Breath of the Wild knockoff game.
Yeah.
Okay, I have no memory of
The only
this.
thing we've seen is a trailer for it.
And
was-
that's not true. There was a leaked Stadia gameplay demo. Remember that? Somehow
I didn't see it, no.
Yeah, somehow the demo got leaked on Stadia and people were playing it on there, and it just looked
Interesting.
super rough. Like definitely in like pre-alpha phase or whatever.
Mhm.
All right,
Um,
Ubisoft, it's time to drop everything but Siege and Prince of Persia at this point. That's all we need from you.
Splinter Cell.
And well, yeah, if they ever bring that back, they
Yeah,
keep
how
just
dare
They
pouring,
are, dude. Splinter Cell is coming
Sam
back.
Fisher out to every
I
other
keep-
franchise.
I think that means it's coming back. This Ubisoft.
I hope so.
This Ubisoft.
We got the tease with Prince of Persia and For Honor.
Yeah, this Splinter Cell or this
Be careful.
Ubisoft event next
Careful,
week.
for all you
is-
know, it's just going to be like a TV show.
Dude, Splinter Cell's in such a unique place to capitalize off all of the great stealth IP that have come since
Dude,
the original Splinter Cell.
This is the realization that we need to have, and I had it a while ago, but it's just like it depresses me every time I think about it. Is that these brain dead gamers that play a majority of this crap are too impatient to play stealth games, which
Yeah,
is
that's
why
the
they
thing.
don't.
I think of Obi-Wan talking about lightsabers, dude. Like Splinter Cell is an elegant game for a more civilized gaming age. It's like when people could actually like slow down and appreciate some great stealth mechanics.
Yeah, like look at like who knows if we'll get another Dishonored or like Deus Ex, all these like immersive like sim games that are slower paced, have stealth. It's just like they don't sell well.
And that's the thing, man. Like Fortnite's like a Four Loko essentially for all the
Four
youth,
Loko.
and then Splinter Cell is like a nice cocktail, like a nice bourbon,
Okay.
and you just slowly
I'm
sip
with
it, and
you.
you're like, I really enjoy this, and by the end, you feel incredible.
Yeah.
And think about, I'd love it to be a cross between, of course, original Splinter Cell, but Dishonored, Hitman, Metal Gear, and like take the best elements of those and make it its own thing, and then. I don't even care who they bring back as Sam Fisher. Even if you don't play as Sam Fisher, maybe Sam Fisher is like the voice in your earpiece the whole time. Maybe you're a new agent or something.
Yeah.
Dude, it's we're never going to get another Chaos Theory. It just if Chaos Theory could have a baby with like the level design of Dishonored,
Yeah.
like perfection. Absolute perfection.
I think of Fassbender and whatever movie that is where he's like, perfection.
What's so good about Chaos Theory?
It's just
Or, like,
the
I don't know anything about
epitome of just Splinter Cell.
Okay.
It's just like
It's the crown jewel. It's the magnum opus.
yeah. it's
Although
just-
I really loved Blacklist too, what they did with that.
Blacklist is fine. I'm fine if that's the. I know I understand they tried to. You have to have different play styles now. Like you got to have the
Mhm.
ability to play action or stuff.
Well, think about this, dude. Think of a
Whatever.
prime example of that isn't always true because Doom Eternal demands you play a very particular way. And there is
Yes.
no different. There is no like your play style. You know what I also
that
when people are like,
particular way though.
play your play style. Like I appreciate when developers are like, no, this is what we developed. This is how you play it, like it or not. I love that.
Yeah, well,
so they need to make a Splinter Cell game that's reminiscent of Doom Eternal. I don't mean like it plays like Doom. I just mean that idea that this is how you play it, whether you like it or not.
Well, clearly they don't think they're going to make enough money by making a Splinter Cell game, or they would have done it by now, right?
I get that. I totally understand that, but there's got to be some
the past
intrepid
two
soul out
Splinter
there
Cell
that wants
games
to
they've put
lead
out
a team to develop one.
have not been as good as the older ones. Like they put out Conviction, which was just not a Splinter Cell game at all. It was a fine game.
Remember the
not
original
Splinter
version
Cell.
of Conviction?
Yeah. Which even, I guess the game wasn't, I guess Double Agent didn't sell well because that was the last, Splinter Cell game we got. But even that wasn't as good as like Chaos Theory. So it's just like the series has gotten progressively worse up until Conviction. And then it got better with Blacklist. But again, I guess that game didn't sell well because we didn't even get like a remaster for that for next gen, So I guess there was just no demand for it. So I feel like we're just in like a small little bubble asking for Splinter Cell when it's just we're with.
Dude, I wish people could pitch to game publishers the way they pitch to movie studios, because that's a very traditional way how movies are brought to life. I wish people had credibility to go to publishers and pitch their ideas for games, because I feel like on this podcast we've had, I know some of them have been totally ludicrous, like our battle royale idea that are like, that's impossible, but there's a lot of aspiration behind it. I'd love if we had an opportunity to pitch to some publishers. Like dress up in our Sunday's best, like a graphic gaming tee and some slacks, and go in there and be like, look, this is what you need to do with Splinter Cell.
Mm-hmm. How would you guys feel about a first-person Splinter Cell?
No.
It's not first-person, right?
No.
Like, what if that was the route they took?
I'll say this, Jacob.
Absolutely
I'll say this.
That?
I would be open to a first-person mode, but traditionally, it's not
Splinter
meant to be
Cell
first-person.
needs to go back to variable speeds and crouch walking with depending on how fast you're walking affects the sound. It needs to go back to gradual light meter, not just you're hidden or not hidden. Like there needs to be like an actual bar like it used to be. And what else? There needs to be fail states for stealth. It needs to instead you can't just go in guns blazing because you'll be screwed. That was the best thing is in the original trilogy, you could do these missions and not get caught. It's like you were just a ghost. You would go in there, complete your objective and just leave. Like even in Blacklist, there was like a few missions you could do that, but there would always be like, remember when we would play co-op, Garrett? You would be all sneaky, and then you'd get to this one point where it's like, oh no, there's like 60 guys busting down this door.
You gun your way out of here.
Yeah, it's just like, no, I don't want that. So it's just I want to be 100% sneaky, and I want it to be in-depth sneaky like it was in the original trilogy. Blacklist was fine, but it's like I want to go super in depth on this.
Yeah.
So,
man, all the stealth talks makes me want to play Dishonored again.
Yeah, Dishonored's freaking really good. When I played 2 a week or two ago, I just forgot how freaking fun that game was.
Mm-hmm. Arcane, man, I dig them.
Yeah, I'm excited for Deathloop.
Go for it.
Should I do it?
I gotta go too. I gotta go as well. I gotta go more.
You have to go again?
Yeah, I went before the podcast, and I told you when we podcast, dude, it's a laxative for me. I don't know why. And it's just the idea of talking about video games. It just gets me really riled up, man.
All right, I'm gonna be quick.
All right, Jacob's gonna go poop. I'm gonna carry on with the podcast. Jacob put in our notes, The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt is, I think he's about to poop through his shorts there. Is about to get a free next-gen upgrade. So it's getting graphical upgrade for next generation hardware, and current owners of the game on PC, PlayStation, and Xbox will get the update for free. CD Projekt Red, they're just the gift that keep on giving. Range of visual and technical improvements. Cool, faster loading times, which is amazing because The Witcher 3 really didn't have too many loading screens to begin with, so that's awesome. Anyway, Mandalorian Season 2 has finally had an official release date, October 30th. That's when you'll get your next look at Baby Yoda in the Disney Plus Star Wars show, which is undoubtedly the biggest TV event left during this year. In addition, Lucasfilm has released a new logo ahead of the second season. It shows Mando and Baby Yoda together, as they should be. Fans have largely expected to get their first look at the Mandalorian Season 2 during Star Wars Celebration, which was once scheduled for this past weekend, but that event was canceled when COVID-19 hit earlier this year. Oh well.
I still haven't finished the first season.
Yeah, it's I will say that it was, I guess now that you can stream it from beginning to end without breaks in between, it would be easier for me watching. I think the last three, episode 2 is awesome. Episode 1 and 2 are pretty good, and then the last 3 are exceptional. Those are probably my favorite out of all of them. The middle episodes are okay, but last 3 are really solid.
Cool.
Batman halts production again. According to Vanity Fair, Robert Pattinson has tested positive for coronavirus. So we, of course, hope and pray that Robert Pattinson has a full recovery, and anyone else that's been afflicted by the virus on set of that crew, that they all, of course, can recover, and not be too brutal for him. So the sad part is that I know many people are excited for the film, myself included. So at this point, man, it's probably not coming October of next year. If anything, it'll be the tail end of next year at this point. But that is another result of the bummer that is COVID-19. So
yeah,
that sucks.
It does suck. Sucks on all fronts. Sucks for the movie. Sucks for Robert.
Yeah,
just sucks for everybody.
Is what it is. But we will carry on. AskIOG. AskIOG is the part of the show where we answer your questions submitted through any of our socials at ItsObviousGaming, the AskIOG section of our Discord channel, or email to us at ItsObviousGaming@gmail.com. And if you want your question read live on the show, always include the hashtag AskIOG. Question 1 comes from Carlos Perez. He says, with the new Mario announcements today for the 35th anniversary, got a couple questions. What is your guys' all-time favorite Mario game? That'd be Super Mario World for me, just because of the nostalgia. I like Sunshine back in the day on GameCube, and I'm a big fan of Odyssey, but if I had to pick one, Super Mario World.
For me, it's got to be Odyssey.
Cool. Jacob, I'm going to answer for him until he gets back, is probably Mario Kart 64.
Oh, that doesn't count.
I know. We'll see. He'll be back in a second.
I think Odyssey's the only Mario game he's ever even beaten.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm really excited to experience 64 in particular.
No, same here. I mean, I've played 64 several times, but I'm excited to go through it again. I've never beaten Sunshine, because when I was playing that, I was a stupid kid and didn't understand how to play video games.
Yeah, so same.
I'm interested to see how I feel about that game, but yeah, I'm legitimately very excited to play through Galaxy. Because, like I said, I've only played halfway through it, but I've, so many people, tout that game as just an absolute masterpiece. So, very excited to play it.
Yeah, likewise. Jacob, what's your favorite Mario game?
My favorite Mario game?
Yep.
That's a good question. Either I've only played a few. I've played the original Super Mario Bros. I played 2. And then I've played Odyssey. So out of those, I'm really nostalgic for the original Super Mario Bros. So probably that.
Dude,
but Odyssey
what a lame answer.
Yeah, I was thinking the same, Jacob. It's kind of a cop-out, bro.
What's a cop-out?
Mario Odyssey is better than the original Super Mario Brothers. Come on.
No.
Oh my gosh, on, Jacob. Man. Don't do that. Oh,
there's no co-op in the original.
Nothing beats the classics.
Yeah, dude, don't
Odyssey.
Pull that crap.
You kids don't even know.
You can fully respect the original and what it did for video gaming, but Odyssey kicks that game's ass. Don't even play with me.
Bro, we wouldn't have Odyssey if it wasn't for Super
Exactly,
Mario
and that's
Bros.
why I respect it, but that doesn't mean it's better than Odyssey.
Listen, dude.
I agree with Poobah on this one.
Listen, Super Mario Bros. Is incredible. It's the best game ever made.
Oh my gosh.
It is. Okay. Yeah, I'm just speaking facts here. Okay. Just because you can't recognize that Super Mario Bros. Because they don't want to spell out brothers. It's just bros. And we didn't even talk about. I just realized the other announcements from the Mario thing.
I looked at them.
Dude, I will say the Mario Kart thing looks pretty freaking cool.
It is kind of
that
cool.
toy thing,
Mhm.
like that is really cool. If I was like a little kid or whatever, I would be psyched for that.
Yeah, I would too. And then they also have like this.
Who's to
it's
say
like
you have to be a little kid to enjoy it, pal?
I mean, because it's just like I don't play with toys anymore. I just display them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I just display them.
And then they also announced like this 35 player like original Super Mario Bros. Like I guess I don't know what it really
It's
is.
like
a
it looks
battle
like the
royale kind of
Tetris
thing.
battle royale thing, but with Mario.
Yeah. Tetris.
Even that is
99.
Tetris at 99. Yeah, but even that, it's like make sure you play it before next week, and it's gone.
Yeah, I
Like,
think they're
all right,
taking it away
Nintendo.
like the same day as like when they're stopping the sales.
Yeah, if you're gonna make a game and then
All-Stars.
just automatic, it's like here's the release date for this game, and it's just leaving forever in a few months.
Yeah.
Like, why even make it?
There's no way they're just gonna yank it.
So
They'll probably like
stupid.
attach it to maybe like a Mario Maker or something. I don't know. But yeah, it's really dumb. But yes, original Super Mario Bros. Preston is much better than Odyssey.
All right, Jacob, live in your fantasy world.
Was that the question?
It was. What's your
That's
favorite
one of
Mario
them.
game?
What is your favorite memory of Mario as a kid?
Hmm.
I have a couple.
I got one.
Let's hear it.
So this actually reminds me of my grandma because this is where I used to play it. She had this little house up in Illinois, and every time that I went over there, she has the original NES, and I was like, like I look
That's a
forward to
pretty
playing.
dope grandma.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, and she
Your
played
grandma
it,
was a
too.
gamer?
She was good. Yeah,
Dude, my grandma was a gamer.
she was
Gamer
really good
granny.
at Duck Hunt and Super Mario Bros. And they were on the same cartridge.
That's amazing.
So I would go over there and she'd like show me how to play, and she would like get like in a really high level in Duck Hunt, and I was like, oh my god, you're a legend, grandma. And then she would like get a few levels in because like I could never get past the first like couple levels. Like you remember the blue turquoise level, like the
Mhm.
underground level. I think it's the second level in Super Mario. But I could never get past that level because I was just a dumb kid. But she would like get me past that level so I could try out the rest of the levels in the game.
Mhm.
So I just have a lot of nostalgia for her, and even my mom too. My mom played it growing up. So
That's cool. I know Preston's mom's a big Dr. Mario fan.
oh yeah, Dr. Mario is a much different game, but yeah, that would be my most nostalgic Mario moment. But then I have like really good memories playing Odyssey, kind of like the New Donk City moment, and just running around in that game. It's really
Man, that
cool.
game is so good.
It's good.
See, the reason I haven't played it since it initially came out is I lost my other Switch, and all my games are in my case that I lost.
Yeah.
Mm.
So
That's
how
what
many
happens
Switch
when
games do you have?
That's what happens when I flirt with an off-duty flight attendant and forget to ask her name.
Nope. She
And,
takes your Switch.
Yeah, and she stole my Switch. So
What
tread
about you
lightly
guys?
on airplanes, man. What about you, Preston?
I really don't have too many memories. I don't know. I used to just rent Super Mario 64 from Blockbuster when I wasn't playing Ocarina of Time. So that's probably the only memory I have for old school Mario.
Yeah, Mario sucks anyway.
I wasn't always, and even right now, it's like I like Mario, but I've never been like a massive Mario fan.
Well, that's the most blasphemous thing I've heard all day. My favorite memories include, of course, playing through World when I was a kid. I don't think I ever actually completed it in its entirety as a kid, but I played that for hours on end. And I distinctly remember playing the original Mario Kart on SNES when I had strep throat once as a child, and I played it for like 5 days straight, just over and over and over and over again. And yeah, the vast majority of my Mario memories from when I was a kid. So good times. Your first Mario game? Mine was World, followed shortly thereafter by Mario Kart.
Mhm. Mine
I
was.
saw that.
Mine was the first one.
Nice. What about you, Poobah?
Same first one on original
Cool.
NES.
Let's see. Who's your guys' favorite Mario character and why? Do your Toad voice.
Yahoo! Yahoo! Oh, whoa, 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 whoa!
Favorite Mario character? Probably Mario, honestly. No, Yoshi.
Yoshi.
Yoshi's
Do you have a Yoshi
noises.
impression?
Let's see.
It's like.
Oh yeah, he's like, wow! When you try to get your big jump, and it makes that noise when you jump on him.
That's good.
And he's like, mom, 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 mom. I love Yoshi.
I'm going to throw you a wild card. It's going to be Wario. Wario, fat old Wario. Mario's arch nemesis. He doesn't get enough respect. And he's such an ugly character, too. Like, what was Nintendo thinking putting that ugly pink nose on Wario?
He's like Reverse Flash, sort of. Same colors and everything.
Yeah. And like, yellow, he rocks the yellow really well. And I really like him in Super Smash Bros. Brawl, I think it was. I really liked playing him in Brawl. But yeah, he never gets respect, man. He always gets the short end of the stick. Mario always wins in the end. It's not fair. Like, why can't Wario ever win?
Because justice will always prevail, Jacob. That's why.
Like, he's so misunderstood, I think.
You know what game is severely underrated is
What?
Wario something on DS where you draw things and play little mini games.
Yeah,
It's a fun game, yeah. Played a lot of that back in the
Must
day.
not have been that good if you can't even remember the name.
I can't. No, it was my sister's DS. I'll just borrow it to play that game.
Nice.
Preston, favorite Mario character?
Gotta be.
Have you heard Toad say "Let's party" before?
No.
Let's look it up real quick. We can probably do a pretty good impression.
Toad can speak.
Maybe he doesn't say that. Maybe Carlos just wants us to say that.
Yeah. Preston, do you have a favorite character or what?
Man, I'm trying to think of. I was gonna think of who I play the most in Mario Kart, but that's Link. So
My favorite Mario character is Link.
I'm gonna say Bowser Jr.
This is
Toad singing "Jump Up Superstar."
Did you say Mario Jr.?
No, Bowser Jr.
Oh, Bowser Jr. Yeah, that's like pretty good pick. I have a memories of Bowser Jr. from Mario Party. He always screwed me. Him and Bowser, man.
Carlos, thanks for writing in, man. That was very nostalgic for us.
Wait, what's the Let's Party thing?
I couldn't find it. I think he just wants us to say "Let's party" as Toad. Can you do that?
I don't think so.
Try it.
I don't even like. How does he say it?
I don't know. That's why I can't do it.
I'm very confused.
I just know Yahoo!
Yeah, I don't think I've never tried to say a word as Toad. I don't think it's possible. Carlos, send in a video of you doing it.
Yeah,
I would feel more confident.
Then we'll do
that
an
way.
impression of you. All right, so we're going to have to cut this in half or much shorter because we did not have time to prep for Zach Bynum's question. Unless we just want to hold off for next week, give us time to think about it.
Dude, I don't think I could literally even answer that question if I had a lifetime. I can't even think of 10 movies.
Some of my favorites are the same as his. I could probably think of a few more, but
let's hold off.
Yeah, I do want to prepare for it.
Mm-hmm.
Zach, forgive us, brother. We're going to hold off till next week. So I do want to give that all I've got. Big Colt writes in and says, I ordered a somewhat expensive pizza under the influence of some quality stanky Rangus. Didn't realize I didn't add any toppings and got a bogey cheese pizza. Would you rather pay a lot for a nice pizza that's just cheese or spend the same amount of money on a trash pizza? I'm talking DiGiorno, 7-Eleven, Little Caesars, but you get unlimited toppings.
I'd rather have a nice pizza.
I'm a simple man, so I can do the nice pizza.
Yeah, I enjoy cheese pizza.
Same.
Yeah. I mean, would I prefer
Hang on,
toppings?
what were the trash pizzas that he said?
DiGiorno, 7-Eleven, Little Caesars.
I would, come on. Let's be real, Big Colt. Like, to put Little Caesars in the same category as DiGiorno's or 7-Eleven is a little crazy. I'm not saying Little Caesars is like good pizza, but it is significantly better than DiGiorno's or 7-Eleven. Come on, man.
I confirmed that Little Caesars is in fact my least favorite fast food pizza.
Yes,
easily.
I agree.
Last time we had it,
I agree. But would you say it's on the same level as 7-Eleven pizza?
I haven't had 7-Eleven pizza.
I haven't either.
Okay, I haven't either,
station.
but I've seen what it looks like.
Okay, I haven't either.
I've seen what it looks like, and there's no way it tastes better.
You know what pizza looks surprisingly good is QT pizza.
It's not that good.
Okay.
For sure, DiGiorno pizza is crap.
I agree. I had a Red Baron the other night. I cooked it to perfection. It was so good.
I had one the other night too. It was really good.
Nice.
They're so good. I don't know how they do it.
Yeah, they're really tasty.
Anyways, to answer the question, yeah, I'd rather get a nice cheese pizza.
Same. Same.
Yeah, both Racetrack and QT make pizza slices, and they're both they taste like cardboard.
I don't like that.
Like literal
I don't like that
cardboard.
one bit, Jacob.
Yeah.
Dude, I had a QT cream filled donut the other day just because I was feeling just naughty, I guess. And I'm always shocked how good their baked goods are for what they are at QT.
Big finale. Bongales. Kyle writes in and says, "Yo, I'm drunk and y'all are cute." Thank you, Kyle. Likewise. If any of you could make another member of the show a waifu, how would they look? What would their personality be, and how would you... I'm going to conclude that sentence there. Jacob, you're a sundere?
A what?
I have no idea. Because I said it means you're normally cold until I break that shell and lap up that cocoa butter. Garrett is the type of girl to tell you he don't want to go out, but that's only because he's trying to Netflix and chill and smash on the dirty couch with pizza crumbs everywhere.
Ooh.
And Preston trying to sweet talk before he gets messed up in the bedroom with the candles lit because he's classy. I don't know what I typed, but I love y'all and keep the show sexy. So yeah, if each of you were an anime waifu, how would you date one another and ultimately burst that baby batter in the chocolate? Gosh, dude. Also watch RE0. It's an excellent fantasy mystery. Highly recommend. Man, I still haven't made it past episode 16 of Hunter x Hunter.
I forgot to mention that I've been watching God of High School. I'm caught up on that. It's really good.
Yeah, you talked about that crap last week.
Yeah, because it's good, man.
I don't have time for anything anymore.
I'm watching Sword Art, bro. What are you talking about?
That's also
He's
really
watching
good.
Sword Art and playing 60 video games at a time. He doesn't have time for God of High School.
See, I'm watching too many things. That's my problem. I keep watching shows.
I think I'm going to go see Tenet tonight.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
You're going to go see it? Are theaters open?
Yeah. Some in Atlanta are open, yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I have my sister has a birthday party tonight.
Nice.
Lame.
Dude, come to Atlanta and see Tenet instead.
Yeah, okay.
Sign the hat, get out of there, and come see Tenet. So I'm probably just going to go by myself. So.
Oh, that's sad.
Why?
Because you're alone.
So.
Dude, I like going to... When I went and saw 1917 by myself, that was one of the best movie experiences I've had.
Yeah.
Just had like a massive thing of popcorn, sat it in the chair next to me, and just zoned out. Granted, I was super happy because I was in Disney World, so that also might have helped.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, that was the last time.
Wait, what was your family doing? Were they just like...
I was waiting. Garrett, no, were you flying in too, Garrett? I think you were.
Yeah, because I got there a day late. You talking about this past trip to Disney?
Yeah. You got there that night.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was there on work, and then my mom and Garrett's mom were driving up, and then Garrett was flying in from somewhere. So I got there before everybody. So I just was burning time. So I just went and saw a movie.
That movie's excellent. If you guys haven't seen
it was
1917, it is a phenomenal film.
It's probably my favorite movie.
I got a killer nap in the middle of it too.
Perfect nap movie.
Yeah.
Let's think.
What was the question?
I forgot.
It was the waifu.
Oh, the waifu thing. Dude, I don't know. I don't know enough about waifus to even respond to this.
Garrett, I would just I can already imagine.
I know what I've heard the term waifu, but I don't even know what that means.
Garrett, all you need, you already have
it's
the
like
long,
your anime
legs.
Girlfriend.
Okay.
Yeah, you already have the legs for my waifu. I just need you to grow your hair back out to how it used to look.
Mm-hmm.
What was that? A couple years ago now, when you had the long locks. I really love that.
I'm heading that direction again.
Yeah, maybe we'll get some implants in you just to get you a nice little rack.
Okay.
And, you'd be everything that I wanted.
Yeah, that's very humbling, Jacob. I appreciate that.
I need to shave your beard because I'm not really into the waifu beard thing. But yeah,
it's all right.
You're almost there, so I could just take you over to the bed right now.
Yeah, I was telling the boys this before we started the podcast. Somehow I think we pre-read Kyle's question or something. Waifus came up, and I was like, man, I literally went to school with waifus. The Savannah College of Art and Design in Atlanta in particular. Many of the students resembled anime characters.
Yeah.
So I was not one of them. I wish I could look that way, but I'm too white to pull that off. So They look so. I'm like being serious. They looked awesome. It's like that is because a lot of them were fashion students, so they could they really could like embrace that. But I was just like the old like I want to make movies kid. Yeah. So.
It's so dumb, dude.
I know, so lame, dude. Anyway, waifus, man.
Yeah, waifus are pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna go see Tenet. I know it's a side tangent, but I think that's what I'm gonna do with my Sunday night.
I've been wanting to see that too.
I'm gonna actually get with my waifu in Persona tonight and go to a birthday party. So
okay.
I gotta make Kasumi my waifu in this playthrough. I'm assuming
Kasumi?
She's the new character.
Oh, just because she's the new girl in town.
That's exactly why. It's purely because I'm like, you're new, so I guess I have to romance you.
That's so high school of you, man.
Yeah.
Get a grip. Pick the lady who has the best personality. Come on. You're better than this.
Yeah, dude, I'm going to pick Anne like you. Like 99% of the people who play the game pick Anne. Just because she's the first girl that was
She's
introduced.
a queen. She's my queen.
I would never screw over Morgana like that. Dude, there are battle finisher things called all-out attacks that your party members will team up to like do massive damage, and Morgana and On have one that's freaking hilarious. Morgana presents her a bouquet of flowers, and she reaches in and pulls out 2 guns, and she starts like shooting guys, and Morgana throws a bomb on them, and it's just super awesome.
Wait, does Morgana pour the guns on Anne?
No, Morgana's like these are for you, my love, or something like that, and she grabs the bouquet of flowers and rips out 2 guns out of the flowers and starts shooting the guy.
I thought at first you were saying like Morgana presents flowers to On and then she turns into guns instead.
I had On out of my party for a really long time, and I just put her back in, and I just forgot how anytime On's in your party, Morgana is just busting a nut every battle. She's just like, I love you so much, lady. Like every attack. It's so funny.
Here's the problem. I don't really like Morgana that much, dude.
Oh, I
get it. You know, she's or he.
Dude, I have a Morgana,
whatever that thing is,
little plushie.
You know, it's a cat. It's cute and all, but you know, it's not for me. You know.
Let's be real.
I want to play some Tony Hawk too.
That's the ultimate waifu right there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like I'm so off topic. I'm sorry. I got so much in the mind right now.
What'd you say, Garrett?
I want to play Tony Hawk really bad.
Yeah, I asked you about it like on Thursday or Friday, and I was surprised you hadn't played it yet.
Yeah, I'm playing Batman right now. I want to finish that, and maybe I'll do some Tony Hawk and then play City after.
I'm hearing really good things about Tony Hawk.
It looks amazing. I love the demo.
People on Twitter are like super obsessed with that game.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, Vicarious Visions are killing it.
Yeah, they're amazing.
Yeah, first the Crash remake, and now this. Like,
I wonder what they'll do next. I wonder if they'll double down and do more Tony Hawk, like do 3 and 4. I know people are dying for Underground. I'd almost rather them skip to Underground or American Wasteland, one of the two, because some of the mechanics from 3 and 4 made their way into these 2 remakes, or remasters or whatever. So I feel like it'd be more of the same with the 3 and 4 remasters. If anything, just maybe port 3 and 4 levels into Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2, and then move on to Underground. I think that has the most potential to like really do something special with a remaster.
Yeah.
If I had my choice, I'd go with American Wasteland, but Underground's also cool. Gentlemen, that's going to do it for 247.
Oh, we're done already?
Yeah, it's a pleasure
Perfect
as always.
Timing, actually.
Yep. I love you guys.
Yeah.
I love video games, and I'm grateful for our time together on this podcast. And I'm grateful for everyone tuning in.
Yeah. Garrett, thank you for having me. You're in your humble abode.
Of course. I'm glad you could come.
Mm-hmm.
I wish you could go see Tenet with me tonight.
Maybe. I probably not, but you know.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Okay.
I got a dinner date tonight, but we'll see.
Right.
See if I can convince her to go see a movie.
I'll third wheel it with you guys.
Yeah. It'll be fun.
Cool.
I'll let you know.
Alrighty. I'll keep you in the loop then.
Yeah, what time are you going?
I'm not sure yet.
Okay.
I think the latest showings are like 9 p.m., so no later than that.
Probably won't be going then.
Okay. Would you want to go
likes
early?
To eat dinner late, so
okay.
Like 8 p.m.
All right.
So we'll see.
All right.
I don't want to count it out yet, but you know, I don't want you to get your hopes up either. You know?
I'm glad we have this this conversation eternalized on this podcast for the rest of our lives.
Yeah.
It's going to be
I'll always
really,
be able to come back.
really meaningful to us later on, and the community especially. Well, Preston, thanks for joining us, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. For the 247th time. Ladies and gentlemen, we hope you have a blessed and wonderful week, and we cannot thank you enough for the continued support. Hope you play a lot of fun video games, and just stay well, stay healthy.
Yeah. Happy Labor Day weekend.
Yes.
Hope everyone's enjoying their time off.
And we'll talk to you again real soon.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Later.